Do. Oh, I hate it when that does that. InShalla and Ashe, blessings to you. And as always, thanks for joining me for my daily snippet. As you can see, I did a ritual this morning, early, bringing in the energy of this Lionsgate moon. But Tonya D here, welcome again to my show. Like I said, we have the Lioness meets the Lionsgate. The magical eights on a new moon that is not only universal, but more importantly, it's galactic at its very core. It's like the God center inside of us. So today's daily snippet is brought to us, or by me to you, by Spiritual Love. Today the energy is beyond beauty, beyond light, and magical love. It's like holy blessings to you out on this grid. So before we get into that, let's take a look at the elements of the day, which I'm super stoked about. And I believe it's right there. Awesome. There we go. So we have the day master. It's a earth, young earth, woo, and the rat on the branch, or yin water. So we have a balance again of this yin and this yang energy, but the element that is totally missing is wood. So wood is nature, it's nature beings, the element of nature itself. So we are really in a vortex of change and transformation. So the shift truly is on, just transcending the normal and becoming the being that we are actually meant to be. Wood energy is the east and the southeast, in the directions of the home. If you're born the year of the rabbit, the tiger, or the dragon, or actually if you have any of those on the branches, these are areas that you would be, a great space to clear the clutter and actually add the elements of nature. So you can also use them in a room in those areas as well. So my bedroom, for example, is in the northwest of my home. I have tiger is on my day branch, the tiger. So I actually have wood elements in my bedroom on the east, or the east and the southeast areas of my bedroom. So that's kind of how that looks. So earth itself is this transitional element. It's like 18 days in a transition. So earth is like 4 times a year. That's why there's like 4 earth elements. The ox, the dragon, the sheep, and the ox, the dragon, the sheep, and the dog. Did I forget the dog? Diddy is sitting right behind me. So these are transitional seasons between all of the seasons, because it's too hard energetically on the body or on nature to go from spring right into the heat of summer, or summer right into the clearing or the letting go of the fall, like bam, when we get snow. So the universe really gifted us with these seasons of transition known as earth in the cosmology. And for today, like just looking at this now, if we had dragon on the branch, we would have what's called a trinity between the rat, the monkey, and the dragon. They create a trinity to release the element of water. So the hour of the dragon is 7 to 9 a.m. So we really had this release of water in a trine this morning. So that was like magical in itself. Especially what was great is like I was doing my intentions right at the apex of the Lionsgate new moon, which happened to be in the middle of the dragon hour. So that's truly magical, I think, anyway, or I believe. So this day master, young earth, rules our stomach. So, have you noticed so much about gut health lately? This would be that element. And Zach Bush has some great insight into the stomach and even to the biome of the body. If you're curious, I would totally search him out. But let's actually talk about the cosmic energy of the day, the flow of this gate opening into this portal Today, seriously, is probably the most magical and mystical days of the year. Not just the only one. I'm sure there's going to be others, but truly, it's not just, from this four pillars perspective, but also out from the galactic frontier. So this is a portal of ascension. So it's a moment of transformation. It's the light of the sun. It's hitting this star system of Sirius, like Sirius, bursting light through our galactic container, our galactic field. So it's this potent experience energetically as well. So it's a magical, spiritual, dimensional resource of this wisdom. And Sirius, in most cultures, these light fields that we are exposed to creates this DNA activation on this essential cellular level made of photonic light. And I work with light. So, I understand light and energy in its form. I work with it all the time. But this DNA is affected by energetic frequencies from all of the universe and the cosmic light field in those interactions. So, think of it as we are downloading key light codes for a transmission to really assist us in our evolution at a quantum level, at a nano aspect level. So this is really going to integrate into our beingness into this coming week, like into the future, by the way. So these energies, these energetic upgrades, they're pushed to do this. Letting go, releasing the dense matter, emotional attachments, physical, mental, and even, spiritual attachments as well, if you have those. So the key to upcycling our beingness, these conscious river streams, is to set in motion the effect of our brain, our body, and our heart space. Especially, we're in the season of Leo. So today, this opens up our heart to unconditional love through this star grid, our own personal crystalline spiritual body matrix, our own personal palace in a way. So the number 8, the 8 is a symbol of infinity. Also, you could see it as 2 zeros connected. So it's the boundaries of heaven and earth combined, and it contains the 0 point, the energy of both spirit and matter. So they're in this swirl. And it literally reminds me of the DNA crystals swirling in my visual. So we're naturally just attuned to our heart and also our intuition at the same time. So these are the 2 sources that really connect to spirit, energy, and matter. So today, just imagine yourself connected, infinity and beyond, to your authentic heart and your soul, your prime directive. It's an atmospheric way that we're transforming our lives to be in the oneness with love, joy, peace, and abundance, happiness, the virtues. Meditation is a key to access this grid. I do it in my daily myself to clear my intuitive channels so the debris doesn't actually get in the way, the subconsciousness, or the past for that matter, the rear view mirror, the aspects behind. So we've been exploring in my snippets over the last few weeks, different aspects of the heart, the quality of our love space in our everyday life, thoughts and ideas. They come from this observation station of our heart's narrative. What's our narrative in our heart in the moment, which really is our prime directive in a way, like our life purpose, our story. So if you've had any ideas of how to bring more joy into your life, into your peripheral view, like the sidewinder view, you kind of want to meditate on all those ideas, those feelings, and just kind of observe outside of yourself what your intuition, your guiding light, has to actually say about all these different topics. And the right answer will actually trigger your heart to actually open up naturally and draw that energy in. So it really is a give and a take, but we generally are easier at giving than we are at receiving. You're not going to have an alert signal or a system or bad feelings from your intuition. Just know that. Your guiding star doesn't send you bad juju. Those are other things. So when you're on the right path, if you're like me and it's your daily reality to get insights from other realms, dimensions, whatever you want to call it, concurrent realities, parallel worlds, etc. Just receiving spiritual guidance intuitively today is the key to access, or at least receive that key to open the door to those insights that are like paramount to your personal intentions. On a galactic scope, it can also be spiritual learning day. What does that look like, a spiritual learning day? That's recognizing your growth of really how far that you've already come in your soul and your heart, in your directive, and see the achievements. Give yourself a pat on the back, literally. And imagine all of the puddles of the discourse, they're drying all up. Or any discourse for that matter. It doesn't even have to be a puddle, just whatever it is, it's drying up. And literally get a glimpse of the future that your soul intends to create next in the galactic future. And opening your heart to draw in and focus on your intuition, your guides, your spirit, your guardians, and all the things. People, career, job, health for that matter. I mean, we're going through this health transition anyway. And just allow that to be your beacon to receive any psychic or intuitive insight of information about all of the circuitry of energy of your focus. What is your focus? So being in a great place to like read, see, basically sense, utilizing all your senses in all of the situations in all aspects of your life. And then see if they're authentically in alignment with your heart and those intentions. And if they're aligned, or ask yourself, are they aligned? You have to focus on your heart and your intuition and see those aspects that are actually more important and they give validation. Are they being considered, or have you put them in that closet that needs to be upcycled? I know mine needs to be upcycled all the time. Seriously, like when I just think of my physical closet, it needs an upcycling. That's kind of the energy I'm talking about. So what you want to do is just take notes on what comes up with no judgment. Note the signs, take notes of the signs, and observe in your heart space and also your intuition, your spirit space. So they're merged today, they're merging, and this portal is opening, so you have to ask yourself, are those on the path to elevating your personal love story in your daily life, in your day-to-day narrative? And forgiveness is actually the key to the growth. So really, today's the best day to forgive. I like to put my things on the altar in the other realm. It's like, I call it my God altar, and give it up to the ghost in the darkness. Give it up, the anger, the fear, the coulda, woulda, shouldas, resentment, or, any other feeling that is actually harmful to your beingness, that really pollutes and contaminates your energetic system or your visual, your vision, your intuition. So just forgive yourself for any and all of those ideas. We have ideas of what a mistake is that we might have made, whatever. So forgive others as well for any errors or judgments in their dimension or realm, and just free up yourself, your being, from all of those heavy, dense feelings like matter. So take a few breaths, those moments of a pause, and reflect. Integrate your higher self. It's called your Sira in the Dagara, to the collective consciousness, your ancestors, angels, guardians, gatekeepers, and whatnot. And hold in your visual, or even your imagination, if need be, the future of those choices that you want to come into your earth school, your realm, into your village, your environment. So as we hold this holographic mind to transform this virtual particles, these molecules or atoms, or, there's so many little particles, waves, and whatnot, of time and space, you hold it in its fluidity, not our reality of life, and just hold the vision of love in your heart space. And feel all the activations, those galactic immersions, through your intentions that are actually pure to your heart story. So if you have an intention that isn't in alignment with your heart, and it's really not your heart's narrative, the intention kind of dissipates. So it has to be in alignment with your heart's story. So this is one of the few gateways that we get to explore as we travel around the sun through next year. So the energy of this new moon literally plants these seeds for us to have unconditional, divine, God universe love in this world, like a galactic processor in a way. So this is like the pouring down of the essence of God universe onto the earth, like rain in a way. So it's this moment to invest into relationships or situations that in essence hold zero judgment, zero conditions, or even expectations on any of us. And it's opening our heart to draw into us what frees us up, what loves us, honors us authentically, and trusts you. So it's like this ultimate faith barometer is kind of what it looks like. It's this celestial gateway or doorway and that infinity symbol. So it assists us to move over into enlightenment, raising our frequency to the frequency we want to frequent. So our crown center is actually highly activated today. So it's a day to be innovative with our intuition, like innovative, like future, seeking the future and holding time and space for the future you want to live in your heart space, in your heart grid, your heart story, and feel into what you are feeling within yourself and also within others. So violet is a great color for today. I didn't have violet, but I have fuchsia on, closest thing I have in my closet. The violet connects with our crown spiritual center. The soul's harmonic is also in alignment, which is gold. And the shamanix portal is also activated as well. That is silver. So these colors are a conduit for this spiritual energy and those insights. But on a lion's gate, the element of gold and different precious stones and crystals actually will carry that frequency and that vibration, the energetic. I don't want to call it the energetic pause, but the energy moving like a river a long way. So, believe it or not, surrender is an action. So really the saying to, let it go and let God, it really takes courage, which courage is metal or mineral in the emotion. It can even humble us in a way, in a way that, we acknowledge that we do need help. So down here in the school of earth, it's creation with teamwork. You need a village. We all need a village. So time to take your heart, your personal love story to the next level of love and shine it even brighter. I do rituals. I should say offerings. I do offerings. I do them all the time to start to grow those little seeds. It brings some inner giggles. It brings me joy. It brings me laughter. Just my different offerings, because they are seeds, some of them, not all of them, but they start growing. So it makes me totally giggle when I see an offering I did that's actually growing a corn stalk in the front yard. It's hilarious. Today I also went into my shrine where I have my little beings in the other realm. I do candomblé divinations. It's a voice divination, actually, in the genies. They're, I want to call them like this logical beings from another dimension that are pretty insightful, actually, intelligent. So I did those offerings this morning too. The seed sound of the day is ong, and it's like hong, like hang in a way, but ing. So if you need assistance in connecting spiritually, that would be the seed sound to do. You could chant that from deep inside your belly, do some belly breaths. I usually would probably do at least 3 randomly, or, when I'm alone. I generally don't do them all the time in front of people unless they are part of the village. The archangels of the day, actually, I would say any of them. I would bring them all in. So Ariel, I bring in if you feel like you need healing in nature or different skills to manifest. Chamuel, Chamuel I bring in if you're in need of peace, a job, a partner, friends, even more money. I guess, on the grid line. Zadkiel, if you need help or assistance with forgiveness and mercy, possibly even compassion. Gabriel, you want to bring Gabriel in if you need nurturing of your own inner baby, your own inner child, what that looks like, because we oftentimes don't nurture our own inner baby. We're too busy nurturing everybody else's inner baby. Raziel, if you feel called to know the mysteries of the universe, the world, this is like the wizardry angel. So I kind of associate him with Lord of the Rings, one of the wizards. Gandalf. There I am. Metatron I totally bring in all the time. This would be like the God on earth. This being is like, it's like working both grid lines all the time and in between all of the things. So if you want to open the door to a different realm of your own personal spirituality, I'd bring in Metatron. I utilize the Merkaba to actually cleanse out all of the energetic centers when I'm working on people for different reasons, obviously. The cube itself is, it's magical. It's galactic. It's its own wizardry in its own way. Jophiel is the feng shui angel. So this angelic being brings beauty to space, removes negative beliefs about yourself. Jeremial is like having our own personal spiritual psychologist or therapist, truly assists with emotional issues. So if you're feeling overly emotional and you don't like it, because I think emotions need to be validated, but you can bring in Jeremial to actually assist with those feelings and even talk out loud. Seriously, like a spiritual psychologist. Raguel is like this divine peacekeeper. So if you need assistance with finding your inner peace and your outer peace, you can call in Raguel. Azrael is another archangel that actually assists in developing our mediumship skills. Or, if you're searching for a career in that area, mediumship as in like more like ghosts. There's different kinds of mediumship, but this would be like the ghosts or helping and assisting people crossing over the Rainbow Bridge. So I've done that a couple times this month. I've had 2 people close to me cross the bridge. So this archangel is the one I called in to assist with that. Uriel is awesome for bringing in those aha or eureka moments. That's the angel of like insight or innovation, those aha epiphanies. Epiphanies is the great word. And Sandalphon's the last one, the prayer answerer. Or this angel also assists musicians in getting their skills amplified. So, or even bringing in songs. Like when I call in Sandalphon, I'll get a song that I don't generally listen to, like just pops in my head for the day. So he's super hilarious as far as that goes. So I would call in Sandalphon. Now the card of the day, I stuck with my Consciousness Ascension deck, but I thought it was curious with a day like today. It's the peace card. It's peace is like this active state. It's like having patience, but it's in action. So it's been confused with like a lack of emotion or actions or desires, but true peace, true inner peace is like a foundation of strength, that inner peace that knows our own inner capabilities at a deeper level. In my cowrie shell divinations, it's the energy of water is peace. We get to peace through reconciliation and finding our own clarity. So that's kind of an aspect of peace. But with this card, we're actually being asked to take stock of our own inner peace. So start with everything that you're actually successful with and really remind yourself of the times when you have resolved your angers and your fears and those lower grid emotions, and remember how time has really supported you in a different form, from the unseen to the visible, to just take time and space, take a pause, and, sit back and review how your challenges have really benefited your current strengths, even your compassion, giving you more clarity. So this light language is actually within each and every one of us. It brings us peace for our inner strength. it liberates us from the fear and the beliefs that kind of stop us from feeling safe, or they inhibit our abilities to embrace our own inner uniqueness and share it outside of us, as well as getting into the flow and even the timing, the time and space, the fluidity of life. So, it's about trusting yourself. It's about trusting life and knowing that everything is well. And just allow yourself to express your emotions in a healthier way of what that actually looks like. And more importantly, surround yourself with supportive people in your environment as your core, as you strengthen in your inner core, your God center. The God code X is kind of what I see it as inside our heart center. And just releasing the need to figure out all of the details on how or even when this manifestation will occur. I mean, I had to get out of all the details to go on live. It was stopping me. So as soon as I got over it, my flow, I'm starting to flow better. Some days not so much, but some days better than others. That's just life. So an affirmation for particularly this card for a day like today, it's like my inner peace garden is an active creative state. So that's like putting peace in motion, creativity, right? Or I am releasing all false evidence that seems to be affecting my current reality. You can just flick it away like a gnat. Another one is I am releasing any and all attachments that my heart has to all outcomes. Or I am surrounding myself with my own personal divine intuition, my guardian and God universe, and being my own personal guiding star. I am embracing the greater spirit, unconditional love in the current moment, in all threads of time and space here and after. So with all of that, I didn't want to take up too much of your day, but as always, InShalla and Ashe, blessings to you. Make it a magical day.